Hi Stampers, I'm Meg from Loven Stamps, and I have one more Signs of Santa project to share with you. So here's our stamp set if you haven't seen it yet from the holiday catalog. Elves, Santa, Mrs. Claus, signpost, and then the coordinating Santa signpost framelit dies, which cut out all those lovely images. And the project is a notebook because, you know, at this time of year, I really like to keep notes on things because otherwise, whoom, they just zoom by and then I lose track of them. So this is our fun notebook. It's based on a 5x8 notebook from Staples, which are super easy to come by, and it has a designer series paper topper and a coordinating image front. So lots of fun ways to decorate this. And I have some tips, and I will show you a whole lot of different samples of similar notebooks that you might want to try throughout the year. And these make a great gift. I mean, who doesn't need a notebook to throw in their purse? They make a great thing for yourself to keep handy, and really they're just sweet and a fun way to use some designer series paper too. So grab your Santa's Workshop pieces or your Stamps the Mail Club kit and let's get stamping. This project is so sweet and simple, and it really makes an incredible gift. So you can do these in all kinds of design. I promised you some other ideas. Here are a few done for the holidays. So this was the simple version, so kind of a step one with a simple designer series paper, simple stamp background, and a simple embellishment. This was step two with one of these of the fun copper stars and flakes adornments, embellishments, and then an extra little strip of paper on the side here just to sort of dress that up and give it a little extra shine. And then here was the super souped up version. So this one has the tin embossing folder, the tin ceiling embossing folder from the holiday catalog, as well as some die cuts, and instead of just a circle punch tag, it has a die cut tag with that stitched element. It still has that extra little piece there, but then it has a border that's die cut there. So really you can do anything with these notebooks to dress them up. This one's set for Christmas, so anything for Christmas planning or ideas makes a really fun thing to have on hand. So I'm going to start with a cardstock for this, and this is based on a 5x8 notebook. So the cardstock is cut to 8 inches tall, and I like my edge to be just a teeny bit wider. I hate it when you finish the end and your notebook shows like that. So I actually make this part 5 1/8, and then a 1/4 inch in the middle with a score. Can you see? Yep, score lines there, and then 5 1/8 on the back. So the total is 10 1/2. And what I'm going to do first before I go ahead and fold this up is go ahead and add my presents. So I have my Memento black ink pad, which is what you need for Stamps the Mail Club this month, and I am just going to stamp some presents kind of randomly over the background. Okay, so I've got that set. You can continue on to the back if you want to. And then I'm going to fold this here so that I have a good visual, and you should be able to fold on your score lines. Your kit comes with a pre-scored piece of cardstock, and if you want to make more of these are just from Staples, so nothing too crazy. And I am going to put that inside just to support this while I'm working on it. Now, usually I would use snail for everything, paper layer wise, but I am going to use tear tape for everything, because if you're putting this in your purse or you're sticking it someplace where it's just going to kind of have a lot of wear and tear on the edges, you might want to use tear tape so that you're not getting those edges messed up. And here is my new trick. So my nails are more fancier than usual. So what I'm doing is using my take your pick tool, to peel the backings off of the tear and tape, because it's hard to get these nails underneath there. So this spatula end is really great for peeling the paper off just like that. Okay, so this is from the Santa's Workshop designer paper, which if you want to grab really soon because it is in danger of selling out. I think Stampin' Up was just totally flabbergasted by how popular this cute little elf set has been. So same with the framelits. So hopefully when you're watching this video, if you haven't ordered them already, you can still add those to your shopping cart, but I would not wait too long because they're so popular, and hey, 'tis the time of year, right? So the red candy cane paper is from that same designer series paper, Santa's Workshop. And I'm going to put this right here at the edge. Okay. And then I'm going to add one more strip here, but that's enough of watching me put strips on. Let me show you the stamping. This is pretty simple stamping because you're just stamping on the circles that are punched for you. And then some of the other projects use the die cut elves, but this one uses real simple stamping. So if you're kind of working on something and you're in a hurry, that is a great fit. And of course, they're from Signs of Santa. And then I'm going to grab my Stampin' Blends, which come in light dark combo. The darks are included with the Stamps in the Mail Club. If you want to add the lights to it to have a little bit more blending option, you can do that as an upgrade. So let me give you some tips on coloring these little dudes. Okay, so I am going to start with the dark. When you're using dark and light, if you're just using the dark, don't worry about it. You just color. But if you're using the dark and the light, I like to go around the edges where I want the color to be darkest first. I'm just going to add a little dark color. Okay, then I'm going to go back with the light, and I'm going to blend along that margin right where that line is, and fill in the rest of the space. Okay, and see how it kind of blends out that color there right at the edges. And then I'll go ahead and color him down here. Of course, if you find that you're having trouble staying in the lines, you can always use the color lifter to go back and pull some of that extra color out. And then I am going to use I'm just going to use the dark here of the Petal Pink to go ahead and add our little guy. So he has white hair to match Santa, I think. I suppose you could give him green hair, and you could give the other one red hair. But you want to color his little hands and his face there. So I'm going to color this guy next. Make sure you don't cover the whites of his eyes. That's just not as cute as you might think. Actually, it's not cute at all. You probably didn't think that. But anyway, so I've got that. And the Stampin' Blends are just beautiful to use. So again, I'm going to start with the dark. And there's lots of different ways to use these. You certainly don't have to follow this exact plan. I'm going to have a little extra dark color here on the sides. And then I'm going to go with the light. You can start light and do kind of a wash the way you would with watercoloring. It's really whatever works best for you and the way you like to color. So you can see this margin here and the color is pretty strong. So I'm going to just burnish, and you can see that color line where it fades from light to dark really starts to fade out a little bit, and the color evens. And same here. Oh, I forgot to do his little hands. I just said that, didn't I? Okay, and he's so small, it's tricky to get, too much shading here on him, but we're going to go back and color. Oh, just one hand. Okay, so then we have our elf, and he is ready to mount. So I'm going to flip him over, and again, you can use tear tape is a great choice for putting on the back of this, since you want to make sure that you're not losing pieces in your purse. The other thing you can do if you're doing Stamps in the Mail Club is you can keep the cello bag that all your pieces come in, and then you can go ahead and like I said, use that cello bag. So I'm going to go ahead and layer these things. The other piece that you need for this project is the signpost. And let's see, I dropped him someplace. Here he is. And for this one, all I did with the red was go ahead and do blends again. I'm going to put a thin line on here. Oh, we got to stamp him. Huh. Like, wait, there's nothing to color. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my stamp here with my Memento black pad. I like to stamp upside down when I use pre-die cut pieces, so it's so much easier to line them up this way, I think. You can with a photopolymer stamp right side up if you find that you're good with that. And then I'm just going to use another stamp block to press it down so that I get a nice image. There we go. Okay, now we can color. You want to make sure you're using Memento ink for this. We all have this tendency to want to grab our coloring and thinking at the same time. to grab our StazOn when we're watercoloring. But of course, since the Memento ink is water-based, then it is the one to be using with your alcohol-based markers. If you think about it, you just don't want the solvents to match because you don't want your lines to bleed when you are working with the color. So, okay, so there we have our guide done here. And then we need the stamp here that says do not open till Christmas. You could put something else on here, of course, if you want. I'm going to take this. Another advantage of photopolymer is being able to see that your stamp is upside down before you stamp it. And this is pretty tight, so let's get it on there. And then we're going to go ahead and attach our pieces to the front. But let me show you a tip for adding your notebook to this folder. So what I'm going to do is take this piece of Designer Series paper here. Again, using the tear tape because you want your stuff to be really, really strong. And I am going to actually double the tear tape. So I've got just sort of bonus layers here. And go ahead and peel that off. Use your take your pick tool to grab your backing paper. And I sometimes find if I flex my paper that I can get that off pretty easy. So I am on the back here, or on this notebook topper here, I'm just lining up right at the margin. And this is cut to almost exactly 5 inches wide to match our notebook. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to crease really tight along this top edge because you want this to just have a nice tight crease so that it's not pushing this up the whole time. And then same again on the back. And then on the back, you are going to put a piece of tear tape. And the nice thing about this tear tape is it's actually going to be held down by the notebook too. So you don't have to worry about this one quite as much. But I'm going to go ahead and pop that on there. And then I want to put my notebook inside my folder. And so I am going to put tear tape across the whole back because you don't want your notebook to come out of your folder. All right. And okay, I should have told you this at the beginning, but I'll tell you now. When you look at these score lines, it matters which way you fold. So usually I say, it doesn't matter, just do whatever. But this one kind of does matter. So if you saw at the beginning, can you see that on this side, my score lines have the divot? So it's poked down on this side because this is the side that I actually scored on. And on this side, those are popped up. I don't know if you can see very well in the video there. You can see that they're popped up instead of down. Okay, so a couple years ago at a Stampin' Up event, I heard something that helped us remember. So when on this side the paper goes down, it's kind of got a dimple. And so what you want to do is you want to show your dimples. So when your project is finished, your dimples are going to show. So remember to put the dimple on the outside. And then on the inside, that little bump ends up like a little pimple. So you're going to cover that up. So it's show your dimples, hide your pimples. Okay, so remember to score that way. To fold that way. If you fold the opposite direction, your notebook is going to be a little bit more fragile. So just be aware of that. Because basically when you score, you're beating up the cardstock fibers on that side of the paper when you're pushing down with that bone or that scoring tool. So you've already broken the fibers on one side so that it's easy to fold away from those. They're kind of stretching out under that pressure. So if you mess up the fibers on one side and then you fold the opposite direction, you're ripping the fibers on both surfaces of the cardstock, and that sort of defeats the whole purpose. Okay, so for the notebook, what I say is it's okay to have it peek out from the top, but you don't want it to peek out from the bottom. This is like you're wearing a dress and your skirt or your slip shows. So make sure when you put your notebook inside here that you are lining it up. See, I kind of line it up this way, so I haven't attached the back yet. I make sure my bottom edge is just a little bit protected. And then I kind of fold the cover down. See, I haven't put the back on yet. And then when I know the front is all straight and square and this edge is tight, then I fold the back up to match it. Okay? See how that works? Ta-da! Okay, and then all of these elements are stuck down flat here with my tear tape so that I have a really strong bond there, or fast fuse if you are using fast fuse still, which I also love. But this is going to be your finished notebook. So a fun way to showcase some of your stamping supplies for the holidays. And you know, there's always that person on your Christmas list who kind of has everything. So these notebooks are a really fun treat for somebody who just needs something a little bit special. Great for teacher gifts, great for favors and all kinds of things, hostess gifts. So happy stamping, and I look forward to sharing more projects with you soon. 2 quick bonus notebooks for you. This one uses the tag set from the holiday catalog, so that fun big background stamp for the tags, and then the tag die with the embossing folders. So there's a really fun way to use that notebook. And then this one is using the suite from the regular catalog that features all the little travel things and so forth. And I like this greeting, do something awesome every single day. Just a fun notebook for, I mean, this would be great for a gift for a guy. So anyway, have fun with your gift making this holiday season. Happy stamping.